dive. We're going to be looking at Cookhill Cricket Club and their 2024 bowling stats specifically.
Looks like we've got a good bit of info to work with, too.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of articles, some match reports, and even some stuff from their YouTube channel.
Sounds like a pretty complete picture of how their season went.
That's the plan. Now, it looks like you're particularly interested in Mark Richardson, Ben Smith, Zach Smith, Philip Smith, Neil Shuttleworth, Stuart Tanfield, Bradley Stewart, Harvey Phillips, and Simon Edmonds.
Yeah, those are the bowlers you requested, so we'll definitely make sure we cover them.
Great. And before we get into the nitty-gritty, maybe we should just give a quick overview of Cookhill CC.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's a village club, right?
That's right.
So it's really all about community and that camaraderie.
Absolutely.
And they've even got a dedicated groundskeeper, Neil Shuttleworth, who keeps their pitch in great shape.
Yeah, and he actually bowls, too.
No way.
Yeah, so talk about a multi-talented guy.
Yeah, you don't see that too often.
Not at all.
Okay, so let's jump into those bowling stats.
All right, let's do it.
When I look at the 2024 season, one name just jumps out.
Oh, yeah?
Zach Smith.
Wow, yeah.
49 wickets at 16 years old.
That is pretty incredible, yeah.
He even snagged 2 5-wicket hauls.
So, I mean, that's impressive at any age, but for a 16-year-old, that's...
It's insane.
Yeah, really something special.
I mean, are we looking at a future star here? What do you think?
I think it's definitely possible. You know, you don't see numbers like that very often, especially at that age. To put it into perspective, a 5-wicket haul in cricket is kind of like a hat trick in football.
Oh, interesting.
It's a pretty rare and impressive achievement.
Wow, yeah, that makes sense.
And to get 2 5-wicket hauls at 16,
It's remarkable.
it really is.
It actually reminds me of famous young cricketer,
Oh, yeah.
who also kind of burst onto the scene at a young age.
Yeah.
So, speaking of experience, though, Neil Shuttleworth, our award-winning groundskeeper,
Oh, right.
he also took a respectable 36 wickets.
Yeah, he definitely knows his way around the pitch.
He's got to, right?
Definitely. It's clear that his experience benefits the whole team. And alongside him, we've got Andrew Lee, another seasoned player who bagged 28 wickets. Having those experienced players can make a huge difference, especially with so many younger guys on the team.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's talk about the specific players you want to know about.
Sounds good.
All right, so starting with Mark Richardson.
Okay.
He took 27 wickets with an economy rate of 3.1.
Very respectable.
So for those who might not be super familiar with all the cricket terminology, economy rate basically tells you how many runs a bowler gives up per over.
Yeah, it's all about how good they are at keeping the other team from scoring.
Right, exactly. So the lower that economy rate is, the better the bowler is at, kind of shutting down the other team's scoring opportunity.
Exactly.
So for Mark Richardson to have a 3.1 economy rate.
That means he's doing a great job of keeping things tight, not giving away too many easy runs.
Right, he's making those batsmen work for every run. Okay, so then we've got Ben Smith.
Okay.
He also had a pretty good haul at 26 wickets, but his economy rate's a bit higher at 3.49.
Right.
Now, I'm curious, when you see that kind of difference in economy rates, even though they took almost the same number of wickets, does it tell you something about their bowling styles?
Oh, absolutely. It could definitely indicate different approaches. You know, Ben Smith might be more of an attacking bowler.
Interesting.
He might be willing to risk giving up a few more runs if it means he has a better chance at getting a wicket.
Oh, I see.
While someone like Harvey Phillips, who also took 26 wickets but with a lower economy rate, might focus more on containment. You know, keeping those runs down, even if it means they might not get as many wickets.
Okay, so even within a team, you have these very distinct bowling styles.
Exactly. And that's one of the things that makes cricket so interesting.
Yeah, totally. Now, Philip Smith also caught my eye.
What about him?
He snagged 19 wickets, which is decent, but his economy rate's the highest of the bunch at 4.68.
Interesting. Yeah, that could suggest that he's more of a high-risk, high-reward kind of bowler, you know?
Yeah.
He might be the one the captain brings on when they really need to shake things up, try and break a partnership, even if it means he might give up some runs in the process.
Gotcha. Then there's Stuart Tanfield, who had 25 wickets and a really impressive economy rate of 2.32.
Wow, yeah, that's fantastic.
It's like he's strangling the scoring opportunities.
Haha, yeah, that's a great way to put it. He's clearly all about control and making the batsman work for absolutely every run.
Absolutely. And finally, we've got Bradley Stewart.
Right.
He only had 14 wickets, but one of those was a 5-wicket haul, which is a pretty amazing feat in itself.
Yeah, that's a match-winning performance right there.
Exactly. It shows that you don't necessarily need to be a high wicket taker to make a big impact.
Right. Sometimes one incredible spell can completely change the game.
Absolutely. So it seems like Cookhill has this really well-rounded bowling attack.
Yeah, they really do. They've got bowlers who can contain the runs, bowlers who can attack, bowlers who can change the game in an instant.
It's like they've got all the bases covered.
Exactly.
Now, you mentioned Harvey Phillips and Simon Edmonds earlier, so what can you tell us about their performances?
Yeah, so Harvey Phillips had a solid season. He ended up with 26 wickets and an economy rate of 3.41.
Not bad at all.
No, not bad at all. He seems to be a pretty consistent performer, someone the captain can rely on to keep those runs down.
Yeah, definitely. And what about Simon Edmonds? How did he do?
So Simon Edmonds took 17 wickets with an economy rate of 3.94.
Okay.
He might not have the flashiest stats or anything,
Right.
but every wicket is important in cricket. Sometimes just breaking up a partnership can completely change the momentum of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about those contributions that might not always show up in the big numbers.
Exactly. You can't always just look at the stats and get the whole picture.
Right, right. And speaking of teamwork, it looks like Cookhill's success goes beyond just individual performances. I mean, they've got a cabinet full of trophies. They've won the Sunday Slam Shield, the Midweek Carter Cup,
Wow, yeah, that's impressive.
and they even earned promotions in their leagues.
It really shows how consistent and strong they are as a team. Now, you mentioned something earlier about those junior players from that 2019 match report
Oh, right, yeah.
and how some of them are still playing for Cookhill today.
Yeah, I find it really fascinating to see how young players develop over time.
Me too. It's amazing to see how their game evolves and how they contribute to the team as they get older.
It really speaks volumes about the club's commitment to nurturing young talent.
For sure. They're not just focused on winning in the present. They're building for the future.
Exactly. And you specifically mentioned Ethan Ashton and Ben Smith.
Right.
How have they been doing at the senior level?
Well, Ethan Ashton has made the jump up to the first team.
Awesome.
Yeah, in 2024, he bowled 27 overs and took 9 wickets.
That's pretty good for someone his age, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's a significant contribution, especially considering he's still relatively new to the senior team.
Yeah, for sure. And what about Ben Smith? I think we saw earlier that he took 26 wickets for the first team in 2024.
Yeah, that's right. He's become a real key part of their bowling attack. He bowled over 133 overs last season, which shows just how much the captain trusts him.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of overs.
It is. It's clear that they see a lot of potential in him.
It's a testament to Cookhill's long-term vision. They're not just thinking about today's match. They're thinking about the future of the club.
Absolutely. And it creates this wonderful sense of continuity and community.
Yeah.
These young players get to learn from the experienced veterans, and it strengthens the bond within the club.